So the next thing we want to do is to create an empty list, right? How to create an empty list. So to do this, we are still going to make use of the list function. So let's say empty dot list, right? So I'm gonna use the list function. Then in this, I'm not going to specify anything, so this is going to give me an empty list, right? So empty list. So let me run this. So we have the empty list is 0, right? There's nothing in it. This is how we create an empty list. But basically we create an empty list for looping, right? So let's say we want to use this for looping. So let's create an empty list with three objects, or let's say elements, right? So we are going to create an empty list, right? But we want to use this for looping, so let's say empty list 1 or 2. We are going to have a vector. Then let's say we specify the mode. We want this to be a list, right? And the length should be 3, right? We want 3 different objects. So let's create this, right? So we can look at it. Empty.list 2. Let's run this. So we have 1, 2, 3 different objects, and we want to store some element in these 3 objects, right? How do we do this? Using the for loop. So let's say for, so let me create a looping for index I in 1 to 3. That's this object. All right, we want to basically store in this container, this now container, right? To be that we are going to fill with some element. So empty.list2, because each object is in the form of a vector, we have to use the square bracket twice, right? So we want to store in this container for each object. We want to store this, let's say 1, 2, and 3 multiplied by I, right? So basically for the first object, it's going to store 1, 2, then 3 multiplied by the first object 1. So 3 times 1 is going to be 3, right? And then the second object is 2. So when it gets here, it's going to store 1, 2, 3 times 2 is going to be 6. Then when it gets to this part, it's going to store 1, 2, 3. Then this now becomes 3, so it's going to be 3 times 3, 9. So this is basically what we are trying to do. So let's see the result. Empty.list2. So let's run this. First of all, let's run this. All right, let's run the 2 together. Right. Yep. So that's basically what we are having, right? So this is how we create an empty list, and also use this for some looping.